Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue on 18th match day already. We have Lille qualified for the last 16 round in the Champions League, and of course we have Alain Valnegri to analyze with us all the games. Bonjour Alain, how are you?
Bonjour Edu, how are you? Well, very good week for the French football. All the teams are qualified in Europe, and it was a lot of time we don't saw that.
Indeed, especially good was the Lille victory away, a team that is performing very well, and we have a great game. Actually, Lille Olympique Lyon on Sunday. So let's analyze all the games with Alain Valnegri, with you guys. Ask any question to Alain. He spot a lot of surprises like Lens PSG, for instance, the previous weekend, and leave a comment with your tips and predictions. And of course, don't forget, press on the like and subscribe to our channel. So now let's go on with the show. And welcome Rui Pedro. Alain, you have a big fan on Rui Pedro. He is following your tips and making some cash because you spot a lot of surprises. So let's start with the game we have actually tonight. On Friday we have Nantes Lens. Nantes, they got a big victory away against Lorient, so now they can breathe a little bit because they are 8 points above the relegation zone. And Lens, as you imagine, Alain, they got points against PSG. They could even win that game. In the last 4 away games, 1 draw, 3 defeats. So they have to improve also their away form. Now they are out of the Champions League spots. And as we can see, actually, the bookies expect a draw. It's basically the same odds for Nantes and Lens.
But the last Saturday, we saw again the loss of the beginning of the season. A team really a high powder, physical powder, who can play with a rhythm really high, with transition really fast. That game, I think Lens make all to win against Paris Saint-Germain. Now in the last zone, Lens was not the best Lens we saw, was not killer. They can't finalize what the team create. Now this game against not suffer the team with that type of characteristic, really strong with high press. And the last Sunday, Nantes won in Lorient against one of the worst team, and they have a lot of difficulty. For that game, I saw goals. Because we saw again the Lens with the characteristic of the beginning of the season over 2.5. I think is interesting for that game, in spite of Nantes generally don't have a statistic really high to the over 2.5, but with Lens in the field, I think it's possible. Odds 2.08.
Then let's go for goals in the Friday fixture. On Saturday we have Brest Montpellier. Brest streak is one of the best right now in Europe. It's a very odd team. They haven't won until they started to win, and then every single game, every single victory, 6 consecutive victories, the last one in the Velodrome. Now we have odds to beat Montpellier, 2.2, but Montpellier, they are doing well also in the last games. It's true that they beat Clermont and Metz, two of the worst teams in this Ligue 1. You expect the 7th one, another victory for Brest?
But the statistic exists to kill the statistic, and I am not so confident with that game, especially because it's a game really special for both managers. Dall'Olio was manager of Brest, and Zakarian was manager of Montpellier. A lot of emotion in this game. Montpellier is difficult to find an identity about this team. A streak, they are a team a little anarchic. Is one of the most difficult team to bet in Ligue 1. Actually, I think we will be saw a lot of goals in that game too. Like in Nantes, it will be a offensive show Saturday at 5 o'clock. The odds the over 2.5 I think is interesting with an odds 1.80.
Two victories away this season for Montpellier, so be careful if you are confident with Brest winning the 7th victory in a row. Also on Saturday we have Reims, Saint-Etienne. Finally, we don't have Claude Puel in Saint-Etienne. He resigned after the defeat against Reims. Julien Sablé is going to be the interim manager for this game. And Reims, they are coming from a defeat against Angers. Do you expect a reaction from the players of Saint-Etienne? Usually this should happen, no?
Yeah, the psychological shock. I don't know if Sablé is able to wake up this team. The last experience of Sablé was really bad, and he stays 3 games. And after Gasset came, and Gasset make a really great job in Saint-Etienne. The roster about the Saint-Etienne is good. It's for the middle part of the classification, but they have a difficult relationship with Puel, a difficult relationship with the fans, because both presidents, Saint-Etienne is the only club with 2 presidents in the world, and that one is a limit, is a big limit, because who take the decision? And they follow with that problem. The club is for sale, and nobody are serious to buy Saint-Etienne. They have a lot of problem in economical finance, and that one affect the field. But for that game, I think Saint-Etienne can be make a positive results in Reims the Saturday. I think we can try the double, 1.70 for Saint-Etienne. And like you said, when do you have a new trainer, normally you have a psychological shock, and Sablé must to found a positive results, because the situation start to be worrying.
They are bottom of the table. The good news for them is that they are only 2 points away from the relegation zone. Rui Pedro is going for both teams to score in this games.
It's good too.
In Rennes Saint-Etienne, or as Alain suggested, Saint-Etienne double chance. Then we have one of the best games of this Sunday, and we have very good games actually on Sunday. Lille, Lyon. Everything is positive for Lille in the last weeks, and of course one of the biggest surprises, I would say, in the Champions League, topping that group, getting a great result in Germany against Wolfsburg. Probably they've turned finally the corner in the last 11 games, only 1 defeat, and was really undeserved against PSG. Now they must also beat, I guess, Lyon with a lot of problems. Alain, they were not even able to beat Bordeaux in the last game, and we know the problems when they are on the road.
Yes. Lille is a team of last season. Botman and Renato Sanchez in the field, the team changed. He never relied. Ikone was brilliant in the last game in Wolfsburg. David followed to score. Is a very good. Is a sweet moment for Lille. After the problem at the beginning of the season, I think Govanek found solution and the keys to be back the team about the last season, and we saw the results. The results speak in favor of Govanek. Lyon is difficult to be confident with Lyon, because Lyon draw a lot of game. They don't lose a lot of game. For the position in the table, when you saw the position, you start to thinking, but how many games they lose? They don't lose a lot. Lyon suffered the draw, but Sunday is a very difficult game for Lyon, especially after the game in Europa League, in spite of Bowes made rotation. But for that game, I think we can try victory of Lille, X no bet. The odds are 1.73.
So Lille, draw no bet, or Lille Asian handicap 0. In this case, if there is a draw, you get your money back. A little bit more conservative than going directly for Lille to win, because as Alain said, Lyon already drew 5 times this season. Lille 6, 2 teams that they've drawn a lot of games during the season. Then let's go to the relegation fight, and there are a lot of interesting games. This one, Alain, Angers Clermont is one of the ones that I highlighted to put my money on, because I really like the odds for Angers, 2.15 to beat Clermont, a team that is going down and down in the table. Last 7 games, only 1 draw and 6 defeats. And Angers, little by little, they are getting positive results. You tell me if it's a good idea to put my money on Angers.
Don't put your salary, but yes. You can put money. You can put some money for the winning of Angers. Is really favorite. I'm really surprised about the odds for the victory in Angers at home. But these few weeks, the bookmaker, I'd be really confident with Clermont, because it's few weeks Clermont suffer, and every Sunday we saw the odds of defeat of Clermont really high.
Yeah.
Yes, Angers, after the defeat against Monaco, have the reaction they need. They're one in Reims, and now when they play at home, they must to correct some things, because they lose against Nice, they lose against Monaco, and that one is one of the things. But Ligue must to correct, because the team are making a really nice season, but at home sometimes the team disappear. I think they don't will be past Sunday, because Clermont is in a really bad moment. Only Lorient are worse than them in the last 5 games. Angers sign 1 odds 2.15.
Bet responsible. We always say that. Angers 2.15 is kind of a rule betting against Clermont and against Lorient in the previous weeks, because they are really bad. But as you said, Clermont, they lost against Montpellier. Also was your tip, actually, back in Montpellier. So we were right. And talking about Lorient, that is always a good idea to bet against them. And we have Metz, Lorient, and the odds are good, actually, if you are back in Metz. The problem is that they are not also great. Of course, they are coming from back-to-back defeats against Monaco and Montpellier, but Lorient, they are absolutely terrible. 6 consecutive defeats, only scoring 1 goal, 10 winless games. That's why I always go against them lately.
Yes. It's the scared match of the weekend.
Both teams to lose.
If one team lose that game, the manager lose his job, because Antonetti and Pellissier don't confirm the last season, and Pellissier is worse because he doesn't confirm the excellent beginning of the season. In the last 10 games, Lorient start to be down, and in this moment for a scared game, normally my reflex is try the X, because when team are scared, normally the probability of the draw are really high, and the odds are high too. And we can try the only draw that in that journey, 3.42 for the scare match between Metz and Lorient.
Okay, we used to say, no, both teams to lose, then go for the drop. It's 3.42, as we are seeing. pretty good odds. Then less scary, we have Rennes, Nice. Rennes second of the table. They thrashed Saint-Etienne, bouncing back after the defeat at home against Lille. But remember, they are the second best team in Ligue 1 when they are playing at home. And Nice, we were surprised, no, against Strasbourg. We said that they had to improve their home form. They lost 0-3. They are not in great form, Alain. In the last 5 games, only one victory, and was against Clermont.
No. But we spoke about the difficulty about Nice when they play at home and when they must to have the ball initiative, when the team must to have the possession. And Strasbourg are really comfortable in that type of game. In the transition, is a team in one of the best form in the Ligue 1 in this moment. Rennes will the ball, and Nice are happy with that context. I think the last game can't be a reference about that Nice. It's a big game. This one, I think Nice don't will be lose in Rennes, because Rennes will be suffer. A team with that type of organization, with that type of model of play in defensive phase, they suffer, and we saw that from the beginning of the season. We saw against Lille. Lille is a team of Galtier. Last season he won the Ligue, the Ligue 1. Nice is a team of Galtier, and Genesio suffer that type of game. We can try because the X2 are really interesting for that game. I think the bookmaker start to be crazy with Nice, because it's really difficult to give an identity, because away at home are two team different, and that one make very difficult to put the odds. 1.85 for the double X2. Nice don't will be lose in Rennes Sunday.
All right, and you said last week that is something historical also from Reims, that when they are in a very good position in the table, they drop points or they lose. So following that reason, we can back Nice in this game. Rui Pedro is going for goals in that game. Usually it's also good seeing Rennes and Nice, yes, two teams that score a lot in this Ligue 1. Then we have another scary game. Troyes Bordeaux this week. Petkovic was backed by the club, so I guess if they lose, he's going to be sacked. Usually it happens that, but they are coming from a positive result against Lyon, still conceding many goals, 15 in the last 5 games. But Troyes, there is another team that they are not in a good run at all. They lost against Lille. 4 defeats in the last 5. We have good odds if we want to trust Bordeaux. Not sure, no?
Yes, and yes, it's possible to watch Bordeaux winning in Troyes. At this moment, in a collective analysis, model of play, where they play for that game, the moments both teams are leaving, I think Troyes have something more in this moment. But Bordeaux, sometimes, especially when they play away, they're made some surprise from the beginning of the season. But I think Troyes will be win. We can try that odds is really high, and is in a best moment, and they play at home, and that one can be an advantage for Troyes, considering Troyes this season at home they don't lose a lot of game. And in the last 6 games at home they lose only 1, and they play against Rennes, against Nice, against Montpellier. I think Troyes will be winning. The logical result go to that way. The odds with 2.20 are interesting.
Then, okay, agree for Rui Pedro. Actually, Troyes to win at home. Bordeaux is the team that concedes more goals actually in this league, and 39 goals. They can drop into the relegation positions if they lose this game in Troyes, as you expect. Then we have Strasbourg, Marseille. Marseille, they are still third in the table, but I guess they cannot be happy with the team lately. They lost against Brest out of the Europa League, a team that struggled to score, and this team is always very exigent with the manager, with the club. And now they have a very tough game against Strasbourg. If Strasbourg win, actually, they get the same points as Marseille. What do you expect? Because also Strasbourg, the third best team when playing at home in this league.
Yes, it's an opposition style, because Marseille won the possession and Strasbourg waiting for catch the ball and start the transition. In this moment, is not a gift. Play against Strasbourg, there are 3 points to Marseille. If Strasbourg winning Sunday, they'll go to 29 points, like Olympique de Marseille. And in the last, from the beginning of the season, never, and sincerely, never I thought Strasbourg can be played for the champions. And in this moment is the reality. What we will be so is difficult to predict our results, because Marseille are able to winning in Strasbourg. What we can try is about the goal. I think the goal is interesting for that game. The odds over 2.5 are at 2.05, and I think we can try that odds.
So you expect goals then in
I expect
the
goals,
Strasbourg. Yeah. Okay, yes, over 2.5 in Strasbourg, Marseille, and our last game probably also we should see a lot of goals. PSG, Monaco. We have decent odds actually for PSG, 1.5 odds finally. So if we go for an Asian handicap, probably we can get very good odds. But the thing is that this PSG, Alain, is not easy to trust in this moment, as we are seeing also in Ligue 1 with 2 draws in a row already. I read some news about reports saying that Messi is not very happy with Pochettino, so the dressing room is, or Pochettino is losing the dressing room. Can you see also another surprise here, as you predicted well for the last 2 PSG games, or this time no?
In the last season, we saw Monaco create problem at Paris Saint-Germain at home and away. Now, Paris Saint-Germain in the last months in Ligue 1, they are not in his best level. I think Monaco arrived in a good moment, but is not the Monaco we saw in the second part of the season last year. Now, PSG odds betting to PSG winning, I think is an highest risk, because the odds are really low, and is not so sure that PSG can winning that game. I think with Verratti, PSG is a team. Without Verratti, is another team. Now Monaco is a team can be compete in Paris Saint-Germain. I saw Monaco score a goal in Paris. Both teams score. The odds are 1.80. I think the highest. No, 75. 1.75, but I think the probability are really high to watch Monaco score in Paris Sunday.
Both teams to score. Monaco is in a good form. They won the last 2. They haven't lost in the last 5. They have a lot of quality up front. And as I said before, if you are trusting PSG, something not recommended by Alain, to find good odds, you have to go for Asian handicap minus 1.5 to find odds 2.29. So they have to win for 2 goals difference. A bit risky, seeing the latest results of PSG not clicking the team. with so many stars. The FIFA team is not clicking. Then, Alain, we have all 10 games. Ligue 1 is not coming back until the 22nd of December. There is Coupe of France the next weekend. But, of course, we have to make an ACCA before we say goodbye to the Ligue 1.
Yes. Lens over 2, not Lens, over 2.5 odds, 2.08. Rennes, Nice X2 odds 1.85. 3 Girondin Bordeaux, 3 winning, sign 1 odds 2.20. And Angers Clermont, Angers winning odds sign 1 odds 2.05. The total is 17.35.
All right, we have here written your ACCA. It's like a thriller movie, always with suspense, with what is gonna say Alain to us to say the the ACCA. Alain, merci, thank you. See you next week. Again, we have Coupe de France and we have one more match day in Ligue 1 before we say goodbye to 2021. Thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, Rui Pedro. Au revoir.
Thank you very much to all. Ciao.
Exactly. Thanks for watching us. Still leave a comment below and don't forget to press on the like and subscribe. See you very soon.